Hi there and welcome back to this week's trade recap, and this is just straight up annoying because we have another losing week. It's the third week in a row and one of my accounts is starting to get a little bit too uncomfortable for my taste. So I took 2 trades this week and let's just go right ahead and show them. So on the beginning of the week we left this new week opening gap. So usually what we do is we fill these new week opening gaps, and because we are on all-time highs, this usually gets filled quicker. So because we have straight up bullish bias because we are in all-time highs and we have the new week opening gap to be filled, that to me is just straight up bullish. So zooming in on the 1 minute, we see that on open we came close our draw on liquidity, which would be the end of the new week opening gap. So we would fill the new week opening gap here, and we left a 930 high, which is really good because this is another form of liquidity that we want to see get taken. And when we left this 1 minute, I said that okay, we left this 1 minute to the upside, we already swept this that low, so we already took this liquidity below. If we inverse this 1 minute to the upside, I am gonna take this. But after that, on the 30 seconds, we accumulated here, we manipulated down, and we inversed this to the upside with a really good momentum. So the bias is strong. This is a good setup. We swept liquidity. We are delivering from the left on a fair value gap. So this is a really good trade to take. And I took it here. And this is a really annoying to me because I was up on this trade so much, and I didn't take any liquidity because this buy side liquidity is such a good one that I wanted us to take it, but I totally forgot that today, on this day, it was Monday, and usually on Monday we, even with really good setups, we leave liquidity to other days. So if we have a really good and strong bias, at least we scale and we let the runners go to our draw on liquidity, or we take everything because we want to play safe, just like I should, because I don't have a lot of wins. So small wins to me are really good just to the mental and just to create more confidence in everything. So I should, and I didn't, I coulda, shoulda, woulda taken when we created an SMT with this high, which was here. And this was already a really good setup. If I close the trade here, it would be already really good. On a Monday, 1.4R would be really decent, and I would be off to the week with a good trade to take. Or at least I would scale something here because I entered with 4 contracts, so if I scaled 2, I would already have some sort of profit, but I didn't, and I got stopped at break even here. And another thing that I should mention is that here on the 1 minute, here we have the original setup that I said I would take. Of course, I didn't take this because I was already in from the 30-second, and this one failed because this already had the SMT and we were too high on premium. And something that I heard at the time, but I totally let go, was that here we had another block, which was a really good confluence for us to go higher. And on this type of trades where we have a change in the state of delivery with a lot of momentum, order blocks, and we keep inversing bearish PD arrays like they weren't even there, it is really common for us to just keep on going. And someone told me that I should trail my stop loss to this order block, which would be something like this. I would put my stop, my trail inside this order block, because we shouldn't come here. Usually we just retrace a little bit, we respect these bullish fair value gaps, and then we keep on going. That's what usually happens on this type of setups. So with this round trip, when we just came right below, I should stop my trade here, but I didn't because I was so confident in us going higher. Fast forward to Friday, because I'm not even gonna talk about Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, because to me there wasn't anything. I was trading, I was looking at the charts, but there wasn't anything I could talk about. It was just usual all-time highs, choppiness, and price action wasn't good for us to trade. So coming into Friday, we are really high. We already swept all-time highs, and we had a really massive move on the beginning of the day. And usually on these days, I don't even trade. But if we go on the 1 minute, we have this really beautiful draw on liquidity. And as I said, I don't trade these days, but this was really good. So I went into the market expecting us to have some sort of setup. And right here, we on open, we inversed this and we started going up, but price action wasn't that good, and we kept respecting this bearish 1 minute. And right here I was still bullish, and I took this trade because the draw on liquidity here is really strong. These equal highs, triple equal highs on the 1 minute are really strong, but price action some days isn't that good, and today was one of them. Here we have this 1 minute, which it looks really good. The price action doesn't. Here we inverse this one on the left to the sell side, so when we inverse to the downside, then we inversed it right back up to the upside. It just means that the price action isn't that good, and we are just straight up shopping, and the market doesn't really have a direction. But on this type of days, this high is really strong. And here we had a lot of momentum. We created this order block right here, and I took this trade because of the momentum. But here on the 30-second, the 30-second never inversed, and I knew that. But I knew that this was a really strong one, and in my opinion, this should have worked. Usually, if we are up here and we keep inversing something to the upside, it shows that the market is strong to the upside, and it will probably take these highs. And I took this trade with a small risk to reward, which would be something like this. And usually after taking these highs, we blast up. But as you can see, when we eventually took them, it didn't blast up, which just means the price action isn't there. It's just pure all-time highs, and things aren't like we are used to it. And after this, I just stopped trading because in my opinion, this 1 minute should have worked. And when I take a trade that I think should have worked, I don't take any more trades because it just means the price action isn't that good. And eventually we swept the 930 low, which was protected. So why do we keep sweeping it? In my opinion, we should get up here, which was one more confluence for me to take this 1 minute to the upside. And well, this eventually worked. You can see that we inversed right at 10 a.m. and we had some news. It wasn't red folder, so it doesn't really matter, but I waited for the news. We inversed this 1 minute. I heard people saying they would take this, but in my opinion, it wasn't that good because it is starting to look bearish. If I look on ES, this is just straight up nonsense because ES looks bearish. Look at this price action, it's just pure choppiness. And when I have doubts on NQ, then I look at ES and I see that ES is chopping around. I think, in my opinion, this is bad price action. And here I said that, okay, we have news, so I'm not gonna take this, but if we create another block, I am gonna take it. But we did create another block with a massive wick that balanced all of this 3 minutes, so in my opinion, this was really bad. Eventually, it still held the 1 minute below, we inversed the 3 minute to the upside, and we did take this. But this is really bad price action, and in my opinion, this is just bad luck. I don't have anything more to show here today. I had really good confidence in this draw on liquidity. It's my third week in a row with red P&L. I am taking like around one break even and one loss a week, which is just messing with my head, and it takes down a lot of motivation. But we will be here next week to see if we have something better. My accounts really need some profit, so I really hope we have something better next week. Praying for this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.